What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here. Still sick. But I just thought I would make this video and this content because the sick fanboys want to see it. The people that hate Glock want to see it. So I just thought I'd make you guys happy for the moment, right? I've had so many Glocks throughout my lifetime. I still own tons and tons and tons of Glocks. My main carries are Glocks. It is what it is, you know, whatever. Glock 30S, completely OEM, completely stock. Nothing different, nothing changed, and we are safety checked and cleared. Now, this is my first time receiving a lemon Glock. Now, currently, it's sitting at about 400 to 500 rounds of MagTech, a couple American Eagles, I want to say, and a couple boxes of hollow points, G9 Defense and Civil Liberty Defense, right? The only thing that's on this different is the front sight and obviously the Dove mounting kit because it's not cut for an optic. So in order to get that Holosun 407KX2 on there, it takes up where your rear sight goes, right? Love the setup. I was even going to be carrying it. And what's interesting is live firing it, accurate as can be, reliable as can be. Check this out. Let's see if we can get it to happen, right? Dead trick, right as I say it. First take. Ready? Good. Good. Dead. 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 Now, would you call this a unreliable handgun? And the answer is yes. That should not be happening. Every time I've shot it, there's not been a single problem. I put mags and mags and mags and mags through this thing. I've loved it ever since right out of the box. Did nothing to it, didn't clean it, lubricate, nothing. 100% reliable. But we can't let that fly. Let's see if I can do it without holding the trigger for reset. So it seems like only when I'm shooting to reset. Yeah. It basically seems like only when I hold the trigger down, that's when we get that, there it is, that dead trigger. Now, if you've seen some of my videos lately, you saw the Mossberg MC2SC. I was shooting with one of my buddies, and that thing was having dead triggers every now and then. But with Glocks, we know that they can be sort of finicky when it comes to the connector, the trigger bar, the crucifix, and that's where the issue lies, right? I was talking to somebody who is a Glock armorer, the guy from Trigger Shark, who owns Trigger Shark, great triggers. And the reason for it is just something is out of whack. Something needs to be bent a little bit more, whatever the case may be. But he's saying the reason why it's still reliable is, there it is, it's still reliable even because I do shoot to reset. So when I'm shooting, I am holding that trigger down, and I'm still not getting that dead trigger. But in dry fire practice, there you go. So what he's saying is because of the round that you're shooting, it has enough power to blow that back and not cause that. But to me, that's still a little confusing. Because look at, I know obviously the round is going to push it back, but even when I rack it really hard, I still get a dead trigger. Right? Let's do it again. So you would think it, you know, it's really confusing, but like I said, not a single problem. And I'm pretty bummed out. I know I can get it fixed. He's actually going to take a look at it before we send it back to Glock. We're going to work on it, try and get it running. But the thing is, you would think that it would be unreliable while actually shooting it. And this was going to become my fall, winter carry, you know, wearing a hoodie, warmer clothes, more layers, easier to conceal stuff. This was going to be my go-to. And we got this. Now, if I wasn't sitting around at home playing with a dry fire practice training kit, I would have never, ever seen that. So, will this fail live firing? Probably not, to be honest. But does it still cause me to be a little, you know, iffy about it? Of course. Therefore, this is out of the carry rotation. This is going to sit on the bench. And once again, I always talk about this. A lot of people that have one handgun, that's great. Be good with that one handgun. Get really good with it. But what happens when it goes down? Like this, right? When you just can't trust your life with it. Your family's life. You gotta have something for backup. Even if it's a budget handgun, even if it's a budget firearm. As long as it's reliable and tested, now at least you have something you can grab. Whether it's a Glock 43, you know, you spend $400 for a Glock 43, whatever the case may be. Glock 26, whatever, used handgun, a backup, doesn't matter. You should always have a backup handgun for little stuff like this. This was fresh right out of the box. No, I'm not short stroking it. I mean, this is not Glock. 100% not Glock. And this is an Austrian-made Glock, which typically has less issues than the Glocks that are made in Smyrna, Georgia. So, I am honestly bummed. Never have had a faulty Glock out of the box. I've never had a Glock become faulty while using it. It's always been because of an aftermarket part, a certain magazine that's aftermarket, you know, like Shield Arms, Z9 mags, you know, stuff like that. It's never been just a fully stock Glock. And you see a lot of my Glocks. Most of them have something aftermarket on it, whether it's a base plate, you know, whatever, a back plate, a barrel, and they just run. This, fully stock, and it doesn't run. So, my buddy said that he's got a bunch of OEM parts, thousands of parts from Trigger Shark. He's going to throw some in here. We're going to mess around with it. I do have an armorer's backplate, which basically is half the backplate, so you can see what's going on back there. And I'm going to get this thing up and running. I'll keep you guys updated on it, because a lot of people are always interested in issues. And I do want to say this. If you have a Glock 30, Glock 30S, whatever, SF, that doesn't mean yours is a problem. I always say this. My PSA daggers, the striker broke on one of them, and I had issues with the other. That doesn't mean yours is going to have issues. My GX4s have been flawless. That doesn't mean your GX4s will be flawless. That's just how firearms are. It's all up to that individual handgun that you have in your hand. Like I said, on average, how often does this happen? Not very often at all with Glock. But does it happen? Of course it does. These are man-made. You know, you never know what it is. A little too much pressure put on that trigger bar. The connector bent at the wrong angle, whatever the problem may be. But still, I'm still so confused by it, because I've been shooting this thing, and I've even been carrying it, I will admit to that, and I've had no issues. So it's really weird. Is it reliable? Is it not? No. I don't trust this thing. It is not reliable in my book. And yeah, if you're wondering about the holster I'm carrying with, Blacksmith Tactical IWB holster. This is a monoblock. Works with gym shorts, sweatpants, snow pants, bathing suits, and a claw. I did not go with the wedge on this one, and I haven't needed it. It conceals just fine because of that longer, more compact size barrel. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm sick. That's why I sound like this. I'm about to go rest again, but yeah. Love this setup too. Absolutely love this setup. What a bummer. But we'll get it fixed, and if not, Glock better take care of it. Thanks for watching, guys.